Hello everyone and welcome back to Pens and Pen Blades. Today I'm going to be taking a look at this knife right here. This is the Remington R1253, and I would like to thank North Star Knife Reviews for letting me take a look at this knife, because this is one of the knives that was included in that traveling box of knives that he sent out, and he let me take a look at those traveling box of knives. So thank you so much to North Star Knife Reviews for letting me take a look at this knife. And also a quick disclaimer, I did not carry this knife, so this is just going to be more of like an overview instead of like a review, because I haven't really had any experience with it. And the reason I didn't carry it is because it's just a little too big for me. This knife is huge. Like if I hold it in my hand, I've kind of got small to medium sized hands, and it just, yeah, it's just a little big for me. I can't really get the whole thing in frame. In fact, like I can two-hand this thing comfortably. Like it's kind of like the handle length on this is ridiculous, and also the blade length is just way more than I need. So I really didn't carry it, but I'm glad I can take a look at this knife, because it's such a cool looking knife. And we have that gorgeous brown Delrin right there, that cool bullet shield right there, and that same Delrin on the other side. I'm a big fan of this type of Delrin. I think it's such a cool material. I wish it was more modern slip joints and traditional looking knives like this. I use this brown Delrin, and you don't really see it as much anymore. And right there on the blade, we have Remington trademark right there. And then on the tang right there, we have Made in USA. And then right below that, we have, if I can get the camera to focus, there we go, Remington UMC. Then on the back here, we have the model number, R1253. And then 1992, I believe that is the year, if I figured that out right. I think that is the year this knife was made. Then we have a really nice long pole here, and just look at that blade. It's a really cool blade. We got a hollow ground clip point with a really nice swedge on the top there. That is so cool. Really cool blade shape there. Got a satin finish, it looks like, on the blade. Very nice satin finish. Really shiny. Also really like how easy it is just to grab this and pinch it. It's also got a really nice smooth action on it. Yeah, it just feels really nice. The click on the opening, it's really nice. And you also have that, yeah, you do still have that nail nick there, so you can use that, but I just like to pinch it, pull it open. Yeah, just like that, nice and easy. Yeah, really big fan of that blade shape. I think it's so cool. We do have fluted bolsters right there on both sides. And this is a back lock knife, so push down on that back lock, so that lets the blade go loose. And then you can close it, open the blade, and then that back lock locks it in. You can't move it without first pressing down on that lock, then close it. And it has really nice, well, maybe a little bit light on the snap, but that's not too bad for a back lock. It's not a slip joint. But on the opening, yeah, pretty good snap on that opening. Here, let me hold it up to the mic. This is the opening. There's that. And here's the close. A little bit softer, but not too bad. And it's not a slip joint, so that's to kind of be expected. Doesn't necessarily have to have a really nice loud snap on the close there, because there's no spring tension. We do have, looks like we have rounded off bolsters. I don't think they are pinched. No, it looks like they're just rounded off there at the end. I don't think they're pinched bolsters. And we also have bolsters right there. I believe these are nickel silver bolsters. And I'm not sure what the blade steel is. It's probably my guess would be some sort of stainless. Let me see. Yes, it is a stainless steel. It says right here in the manual, 440 stainless steel at around 56, 59 hardness. So there is that. And also, let me pull up, we have, let me just pull this up so you can look at it, and if you want to pause the video and read any of that, just go ahead and pause the video if you want to read any of that. I'll just kind of scroll through it here if you want to pause any point to read all this. Just kind of some care and maintenance instructions. It's really cool how this knife has this still with it, and it even has the box. I'll show you that in a little bit. Right there. Is there anything? Nope, nothing on the back. So that's just really cool. And then here's the box right here. Remington trademark on the top there. And Remington Arms Company, Inc., Wilmington, Delaware, 19898. And there's the model number on that side right there. And let me see if I can get it to focus. Remington UMC, and then can't make it out through the camera what that is. It's REG US patent off, so probably patent office is what that is. Same thing on that side. It's a really cool box. I like this. Just kind of an old style box. I think it's really cool. And then on the inside, you just open it up, and then there's the plastic on the inside there. Not much in the inside there. Yeah, this is just such a cool knife. Just so big too. It just kind of, I don't know, it feels weird holding such a big knife. I'm not used to big folding knives like this. I haven't handled many of them. Kind of reminds me a little bit of a like a Navaja, a little bit, which is a Spanish folding knife, ratcheted folding knife. And before I let you go, let's do a quick measurement on how big this actually is. So we'll go for the overall length. And it looks like it is from tip to the end. Looks like we're coming in at about 9.5 inches for the overall length of this knife. And what are we looking at for a blade length here? 4 inches, maybe 4 1/8, 4 1/16. But definitely over a 4-inch blade. That is just huge. A little bit big for my liking. And then we have the overall close length. Looks like it's 5.5. So yeah, a really big knife. And let's do a quick weigh in here. Hello. See how heavy this is. It is pretty hefty. It feels pretty hefty. Let's see. I'm going to guess. Are we on grams or ounces? Hang on. We're on ounces. So I'm going to guess 3, maybe 4. 4.280. So 4.2 ounces. And then we'll just switch that to grams. 121.3 grams. So yeah, it's a pretty hefty knife, but really for that size, I don't think that weight's too bad. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about this knife. This is kind of just a quick overview. I wish I knew more about the history of the Remington knives, but I really don't. I haven't studied it much, so I'll just kind of give you a quick look at this knife and give you a few of my thoughts on it. And also, just for fun, let's do a quick size comparison between a few knives here up against this knife. So let's compare it to the Spyderco PM2, which is quite a big knife. Like, I consider this a big knife, and I mean, it is pretty wide. It's wider compared to this, but like, just look at it compared to this Remington R1253. I mean, we got maybe about 1 to 2 inches more blade length on it. A lot skinnier though. Yeah, just look at that. Makes the PM2 look like a smaller knife. And we'll also the other kind of standard comparison knife, the Rat Model 2. I don't have a Model 1 to compare this to, but there's the Rat Model 2 there, and looks like a tiny knife compared to this big thing. And as kind of a standard in the traditional community, we'll do the Case Trapper, which I consider the Case Trapper to be a big knife, but yeah, it looks like a kind of a medium-sized knife compared to this big boy. Yeah, this is the Tiger's Eye Corlin Case Trapper, by the way. Really cool, I like this one. Yeah, let me just give you one quick look over this knife again. See if there's anything I forgot to. Oh yeah, let's take a look. And I don't think there's really, the gapping is, maybe there's a little bit back here. little bit with the back spring, a little bit fit and finish, not quite flush there. I can feel the transition between the back spring there. But over when we get closer to the blade, hardly any gapping, not really any. Good, smooth. So yeah, it's just a little bit back there by the back, with the back lock when it's open, and when it's closed. Still feel a little bit of the transition there. But still, just a really well made knife. Blade centering is off to the side, but I don't think we have any. Yeah, I don't see any. Maybe just a slight amount of rubbing, but I don't think it's rubbing. I don't think it's quite rubbing. But yeah, so those are really the only two flaws I see with this knife. Other than that, it is just. I mean, this is just a gorgeous, gorgeous knife. I can see why people like collecting these Remingtons. I might pick up a Remington, a smaller one. This knife is just a little too big for me. It's still a cool knife, and I'm glad I got to check it out. And thank you again to North Star Knife Reviews for letting me take a look at it. But I think it's going to do it for now. Thank you all for watching. Keep your pens filled and your knife sharp, and I'll see you later.